many horsepower is that?
197.
Okay, 8 horsepower.
Oh, cool. Get what, 50 miles to the gallon?
Actually, it's supposed to get about. I just got it. It's supposed to get about 110.
Woo!
It's a CVT, so there's no shifting.
What's the difference between that and a drone? What's the difference?
Oh, a Grom is a 125, and it's got 6 gears, but they're pretty similar. A Grom is just slightly faster, but you're doing so much work with the shifting. You know, this is basically a scooter motor with a scooter transmission.
Oh,
so
that's a 150?
Huh?
150?
No, it's a 110.
110, okay.
Yeah, but it's light. You know, the bike is light. Yeah.
Yeah, you get out of traffic. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you get out of traffic. But
have you been to the rock store where Jay Leno hang out at?
Oh yeah, yeah.
I've been up there.
I'm actually gonna drive. Actually, after I do this whole run here, I'm just gonna go. Sometimes I see him like out in front of his house. You know, up here. He lives right up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So sometimes I see him out there, and you know, I don't bug him. You know,
No.
but if I see a car, I'll go, hey, that's a pretty cool car.
Right.
But I haven't seen him on the bike because you know he loves bikes.
Right,
so.
right.
Is your only bike, or do you have others?
I have a Ninja 614.
Oh, okay.
And then I have a ZH2.
Oh, okay.
Kawasaki.
Oh, okay. Do you normally ride during the day, or just like weekend like riding?
Just the weekends.
Yeah.
I don't ride at night.
Yeah. No.
Well, be safe, brother. Be
Yeah,
safe.
I will. It was nice talking to you.
Okay,
have a good one.
That was cool. Seemed like a nice guy. All right, so let's take a head here up north, and that's our heading, and we're gonna head up to the north end of Beverly Hills, and we're on our way now. And here is kind of the flat section here. Got a lot of this here, but Beverly Hills is big, and you got a lot of hilly terrain, and that's where we're gonna head to. Going up to Jay's. We're gonna go to Jay's first, and I think after that we're gonna go up and investigate. There was a airplane crash, but I think we're gonna go up to where there is a, I know they had a shooting, and you see that there, that donuts. You almost never used to see that in Beverly Hills, but there's a lot. I think there's a lot less cops here, and you see a lot more of that, especially on Rodeo Drive. But check out the width of this street. I mean, look at this. This is insane. This is like one of the widest intersections. But look in the middle of the intersection. Look at somebody doing donuts. Look at that craziness. You would never see that here because there's just so many cops everywhere. But you can see as we're out, even in my last video, I haven't seen one cop. You would see so many out. I think they're down so many officers because there'd be so many cops everywhere, you wouldn't be able to get away with that. You'd be immediately arrested. But now you don't have that. All right, so we're gonna head up this way, and we're going slightly uphill as we head over to Jay's, and we'll see if maybe he's out, if his gate is open. I'm just gonna buzz by, just see what's parked out there, if he's there. It's a Sunday afternoon. That's a lot of times early in the morning on Sunday is the best time to catch him when I go out for an early morning ride. So if we don't see him, I'll have to try it another time. But it's a cool drive up there. It's actually a cool dead-end street, so it's kind of fun to go up there anyway. So we'll head on up there and see what it's like. But it's a nice, quiet day, actually. Pretty warm. Got the leather jacket on, but it's a good Navi riding weather, and the bike is doing great. The more miles I put on it, it's just getting smoother and smoother, and waiting to hit that 600 mile point so I can just you know, I mean, I'm winding it out, but you know, I'm taking it easy with it, so I'm not going too crazy. And yeah. So, but yeah, you can see the sheer, like, this place is just huge. You know, people think Beverly Hills is not that big, but no, it's pretty big. It's a pretty big area. So, and you'll see as we get around this turn here, there's like one house. It's just insane. It's just like you'll see this hedge, these trees just like all groomed, and you can't even see it. This is not Jay's place, but as we get up here, and this property, it's just outrageous. But just some really cool houses up here. But yeah, it's coming up here on the right. I mean, look at this. I mean, look at this. It's like a huge wall. But check this out here. As you go right here, that's like the back. This is all one big property. This is insane. I mean, check that out. It's huge. And you can't really see what's in there. But it's a huge property. And see how they got it all like kind of manicured? It's pretty crazy, man. So, now what's interesting is some of the streets up here when you go on the north end. This is Beverly Hills, but you can tell by the blocks, some of it is Los Angeles. This is actually Beverly Hills here. Getting close now. And it's pretty quiet today. Not really much going on. But it's a nice street. That's it right there, actually. That is his gate. All right. So there's nothing going on there. Pretty quiet. So we're going to go up to the top. There's like a little cul-de-sac. And we'll loop back around and head down. Some big properties up here. It's pretty steep, this street here. Looks like they knocked down a house and building a new one. See a lot of that in Beverly Hills. A lot of that. The land is so valuable, you build yourself a new property. But look at this. And here's what's really interesting. You know, I've driven up all around these streets. They just go all up, and it's all a dead end. So, you know, if you're worried about fires, you don't want to like live up here because it's like one way in and one way out. You can see that there. Got the Amazon guy, and we'll head on back down. So I think we'll go up to that other cul-de-sac where it was on the news. I think there was like a murder. I don't know what the heck happened up there, but we're going to head over there now since it's pretty close by. Yeah. It's weird too, you know, that's another thing. I don't really want to change. I'll probably change the variator and make some adjustments there with the pulley. But the thing is, I don't know if that's going to affect the, I do like it when, you know, here I got the throttle closed and I'm just like coasting down. You know, I do like the compression. I don't know if it's going to, you know, I don't really want it more freewheeling because I go up a lot in the hills. You know, I don't be on the brakes all the time. And, yeah, I'm not really into that. But this is a cool drive here. You can see why he lives up here. This is a great turn, man. Look at this. This is awesome. Love that. You just pull out of your driveway and you got these, you got like cool roads just right off the bat. A little narrow here. And then there's all that house on that left side, that huge property there. We were talking about. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, look at those hedges. I'm going to maintain those things. I mean, that's insane. I mean, you could come in with a big crane. I mean, look how smoothly and how well manicured that is. I mean, that's just nuts. Yeah. And you can see that, I don't know if you see that house on the right there, where it looks like those little flags. So what that is that's so people don't complain. What they do is they do that a lot around here. They assemble that, and then that outlines, you know, like how big it's going to be, so you know certain people can, you know, if they complain to the city about their view, so they have to do that first. They have to construct the, you know, like that with the little flags going across, so you can see, you know, like how big, you know, the structure is going to be, and see if anybody complains. That one's sitting kind of low, but you know, you can get your plans basically ruined. So you gotta be bankrolling a lot of money here in Beverly Hills, especially if you're rebuilding. Because you can have a Karen basically tell you that you're not going to be able to build. They're going to complain, and you're not going to be able to get it done. So that's what that's about. If you were wondering, with the poles, with the flags, we saw it a couple times as we're going up and coming down. All right, so now we're going to head up to that street where there was something going on, and it's just a little bit over here. I'm going to take a quick look. But yeah, I love these streets here. I mean, you just, what's really nice is when you get in the back here, it's just really fun. It's just, I mean, you can ride for hours, and just find, and like I said, I grew up around here, and you can just, it's just endless. All the opportunities. All the places you can go ride. Okay, so now you see those blue signs, because see the Beverly Hills, they have that little round white topper. Those road signs, are the street signs, are white. So now we're just outside of Beverly Hills. So now we're in Los Angeles, and that's where this other address is going to be. But see, if we went further up to the right, kind of where we were over by Jay's, that's all still Beverly Hills over there. So Beverly Hills is a pretty big place. But we're going to go into here, and this is a street you want to stay off at night. Especially on like a Friday or Saturday, people are racing through here. Wouldn't want to be out on the Navi at night over here, because you see these long straightaways. I mean, you can really just get up some speed here. But it's pretty fun. And I can see now as I'm getting more miles, the bike is loosening up, and it seems like my mileage is improving quite a bit. And here it is. This is where we're going to be going up here to the right. Up here on Clearview. So I'm going to take this to the top, because that's where it was, and see what's happening up there. I've been up here before, but it's been a while. Just kind of exploring around, where these streets go. It's kind of fun. This is pretty steep here too, actually. The Navi is pulling it no problem. Yeah, this is actually very steep. I'd say this is probably a little bit steeper than in my last video. Especially this, I mean, it's a much shorter section. But you can see like some of these houses and like this crazy, I mean, look at this. I mean, look what is that weird, it's like almost like an office building there. Check that out on the way back. There's a lot of parking there. It's like two areas, like with a huge underground. But anyway, we'll check that out. But yeah, this goes up quite a ways. Yeah, this is pretty steep. It's pretty nice up here though. Alright. Let's see what we got. And that's another dead end there. And these streets don't go through, like going all the way back up here, you have to go back down. You're basically, up against the mountain here. And it's just one way in and one way out. That's why a lot of people don't like to live up here, because of fires. You're kind of limited. Okay, so here is LAPD. And this is kind of where it was. I don't know if it was this house here, where the one is parked in front, or yeah, I think it was actually. So I don't know. There's a car there, and you see it. There's nobody in that car. It's just sitting there. So that's like you'll see that a lot. Like they'll just, after something happens, they'll just come up and park a car there for a while, and I think that's what that is. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think it's just a squad car that's got nobody using it. They just parked it there and left. All right. Yeah. See, I do like that. The compression. So if I change, the variator or the pulleys, I still want it to have that same. So that's something I have to research too. See if it's still going to be the same, with that same. Because I got the throttle closed, and here's that crazy house. So look, he's got two garages. Okay, so that's just like a little carport. And then look at that. Wait a second. Hang on a minute. That is just insane. It doesn't really, you can't really tell on the video the sheer size of this thing, but it's just kind of built into the hillside. That's a pretty big house. Yeah, and it goes back there. That's pretty crazy. Not to my taste, because it just looks, it's just too square. I mean, I do like modern, but I don't know. There's just something about that. You know, when I go home, I just don't want it to go home and, you know, looking like an office building. Okay, and see, there's another. See that there? That security, that security SUV. Same thing. It's just parked there and it's empty. They just park that there, so that means either right around there or wherever. So if you pay extra money, you can get a security vehicle parked in front of your house, and you know, it's just like a deterrent. It's just, you know, somebody maybe is thinking about like breaking into a house or causing something. They see that, and it just gets them to take off, because, you know, people that steal things and rob are not the smartest people in the world. So that's what you'll see. And I remember that growing up, like you could pay extra to have the old security vehicle. I have no idea what the deal is, why the you know, the actual squad car on the top, but I've seen that before too. All right, so let's head up the hill here and go for a little ride. So we're going to take this to the top of Mulholland, the famous Mulholland Drive. And I'll do another video where I'm going to go on a whole long section of Mulholland Drive. And for this one, I think we're just going to take it to the top and probably go down the backside of Beverly Glen, which sometimes you see some cool cars driving up. But you know, it's early Sunday, not too early, but we might see some vehicles, some cool vehicles. But we got a little bit of a ride here. But this is a very cool scenic ride going up this side. So it's kind of fun. And the Navi is pulling along no problem. We got plenty of gas. There's one thing I'll say about the bike is the gas tank is on the smallish side. You know, when I was watching videos before I picked up the bike, and I was seeing people carrying extra fuel, I was saying, I'm never going to do that. I'm never going to get like one of those small little tanks. But you know something? I could see if I was out riding a long time, because especially like back around here when I'm riding, there's no gas stations anywhere around here. So yeah, the gas tank is on the smaller side, and it's kind of weird because, you know, when you look at the bike when they've taken it apart, you totally could have made the tank bigger. And yeah, I would have added a little extra weight, but would that have really slowed it down? So it's kind of strange, like how small, you know, the tank is on the bike. I don't know. It's kind of odd. I mean, I know the fuel economy would probably be better if it was a fuel-injected bike, but I don't know. It's just something to think about. I will say, though, the dynamics of this bike, you know, the Honda PCX that I had, you know, this is obviously a newer design, but this bike handles way better than that bike. And you know, in a sense, they're kind of, this is kind of like a scooter too. I'd be curious to see, you know, if a regular scooter, it's the same thing, because it's the same type of suspension, so it would be the same as this, but this bike does handle a lot better. And I've had several bikes and scooters, motorcycles, to compare it to, but yeah, I think that we're just going to go straight here. And we're definitely in Los Angeles. We're way outside of Beverly Hills now, and then all these little sections have all these little, you know, little names, you know, that they kind of, all these little pieces of the pie that, you know, that makes all these little neighborhoods really valuable. But we're going to be heading up to the top here, up in Mulholland Drive, which is really fun. And that's why this street here, these long straightaways, because people that go like kind of racing up in their cars up on Mulholland, you know, one way to get there would be, see, there's another security vehicle. See, so people, they pay extra. So some guy living at that house, he's got, you know, some concern, so he's paid extra money to have that vehicle just sit there. Now, I've also seen where the vehicle is just sitting there with a guy. So now you're paying for the security guard, and you'll see that, you know, up and around Mulholland. You know, you got some really expensive houses. I mean, the last thing on the list somebody has is worrying about how much they're paying for some security. So that's what that is there. That's a cool place. Never noticed that one before. But you can see it's very quiet, especially on the weekend. You know, up in here, like, we've encountered very few cars, especially going our direction. And we're getting closer now. And it's kind of fun. This is where they have the fire. So somewhere around here, actually we're kind of close. Actually, you know what, it's more towards the other side. but somewhere on this hill to the left is where that plane, crashed, and that was just a few days ago. Actually, I heard it on the news. I don't know if it was Thursday, but it's Sunday, and yeah, somewhere around on that hill, I think is where it's at. But I didn't get like an exacting address, so I don't know where it's at. Yeah, but yeah, I do like the way this bike handles. It handles very good, and we just got a couple more turns here, and we are going to be up on Mulholland, and some private down that way. I don't know how far. I didn't see it when I was looking. I guess there is a gate. No, I don't know if there was a gate there. I'll have to check that out in another video. So you can see here as you get up into LA, you see more weeds. It's not as like kept as it is in Beverly Hills. Yeah, up here, especially here off the sides, yeah, there's not really. Yeah, they keep it pretty well groomed there in Beverly Hills. So, but yeah, you can see why people come up here, especially in their cars. You get your sports car or whatever. You got a lot of fun turns up here. And everybody talks about Mulholland Drive, but there's some, this is a cool road. So you got some really cool, roads to ride around on. Not just going up on Mulholland. Mulholland is, it's been, it's kind of famous for a lot of reasons, a lot of movies and books and all that kind of thing. And people that have crashed. There is some hiking areas as you go in Beverly Hills where they actually have not removed the cars. So some of the cars, because they couldn't get them out of there. So some of the cars that are just kind of in the the forest area, they're still there, and they've been there for like 30 years. So I think one was like an old Alpha, in the car. I have no idea what the deal is with it, but the car is actually still there. That's actually off to where we are here. So this is Mulholland Drive. It's up off to the right. And I'll make another. Look at that. More donuts up here. Yeah. And like I said, you would never see that. That's pretty crazy. Okay. So this is a much busier street here. This one. So this off to the left goes down. This is Beverly Glen. And that's the main artery. Oh, and then over here to the right. That is really cool. I've been in there before. That's all a gated community. That's pretty nice. Unfortunately, we can't go in there. And yeah, off to the right here, but this street here, so as you see off the left and you go down there, so that's kind of another main way to get down to like Century City, Beverly Hills. That's that more direct route. And then this route here takes you, it's pretty windy, takes you down into the valley, into the like Encino and Sherman Oaks area. So that's like where we're heading back down to. So guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to tune in to my channel for videos, usually posting about once a week. So I don't know where the adventure will take us next, but maybe we'll go Mulholland Drive. I don't know. Have a good one.